Yeah.
Is Deputy Brady next on the...
Well, whichever of you on you go there.
Yeah, all right. But sure, look. Lana Mayor Roig, because if I call a meeting again, we'll, I probably won't use all the 10 minutes. I'll probably use about 5 minutes, and if that's enough for John, he can carry on. Éireann cé dul sios bol an buíochas cólas na teachtaí as an bille seo thógan chun cín bimid ag tacú leis stón go sé táchtach agus aithníonn sé fáib súntas a ann de daine a chóirga meach na Éireann an áiríre agus nachhfuil cosint lí acu. I want to thank Deputies Murphy, Coppinger and Barry and all the members of that group who have brought forward this bill and to bring forward this debate to the House. A discussion, I think, that has begun in the public sphere quite some time ago and is only now beginning to enter into this sphere. The bill would be a welcome change to the situation that currently exists. There are many high-profile cases in recent times where the law, as currently stands, has been used in a way that it's extremely unjust, and the injustices have been seen in cases in the Minister's own constituency and elsewhere. Regardless of whether or not this bill is allowed to progress this evening, and I suppose we await the comments of Fianna Fáil, but I think it is an issue that the Minister must look into and to rectify many of the issues that exist with the current law. In October last year, there was widespread criticism after it emerged that Eric Sue, a 9-year-old boy living in Bray, was facing the threat of deportation to China, despite having been born in Ireland, and having known China. And I think there was a significant outcry locally and nationally. I think that the case jarred with the public because it was clearly seen as oppressive, as heavy-handed to attempt to deport a child and take them from his home. As with any 9-year-old who has lived all their life in this country, the life that Eric knows is a life in Ireland, and this is his home. That was also the case for Nonso Muyeke from Offaly, who had a deportation order against him, but was given leave to remain by the Minister. Clearly, this is an issue that we're going to continue to see, and that's been flagged up in the contributions already, and we need to address it. I don't think it's going to go away. Clearly, the number of cases like this that will, whether they attract public attention or not, that will be cases that involve a serious injustice, but many of them, I think, will become political issues as well for the Minister and for his party and for the government if this is not addressed, because clearly the situation as is not remotely satisfactory or humane. These children are as Irish as you or I, and it is in many respects a form of state oppression that a legal technicality makes this person prone to a deportation. And I don't think we need to look any further than direct provision to confirm the pattern and the systemic nature of those policies. The 2004 referendum was a deeply unsettling episode in Irish politics, and the debate gave vent to much xenophobic commentary, explicitly and implicitly, with dog whistling in relation to racism a common feature of it. The 27th Amendment to the Constitution provided that children who were born in Ireland to non-national parents would no longer have an automatic right to citizenship of the state. Fianna Fáil were the proposers of the campaign just 3 years after setting up direct provision. Deputy Murphy's bill seeks to insert a new subsection to state that every person born in the island of Ireland is entitled to be an Irish citizen into the consolidated Irish Nationality and Citizenship of 1956 and 2004. Citizenship for those born in the state, such as existed in state pre-2004, is not unusual, as the case in countless jurisdictions, including, I believe, the United States. We also supported the Labour Party bill, which sought to regularise the position of those living here longer than 3 years. And that is what this is. This is a matter of regularisation of the real situation facing Irish children and families. We need to do this, or several more cases like Eric and Nonso will arrive. It appears, and I may be wrong on this, but it appears as if this bill may be defeated. If that is the case, I will be disappointed at that. I'm sure the proposers of the bill will be disappointed at that. However, even if that is the case, I think the government needs to take on board the message that is coming from deputies here today, from the public as a whole, and start figuring out how it is going to address this and how it is going to reaffirm the rights of these children as they should be, and to offer them protection from deportation. As I have the opportunity, Minister, and as we're speaking of legislation governing immigration, may I express my concern as well at the utterly unworkable practice directions given by the President of the High Court recently relating to judicial reviews for immigration and asylum cases, and only those relating to immigration and asylum, which speaks to something of itself. There are several difficulties with this, including expecting lawyers for asylum seekers to seek documentation from the very jurisdiction they are seeking asylum from. The problem with this, I hardly need to state. It would appear, even on a cursory look, that it's hardly in compliance with the GDPR. It assumes that a lawyer acts for an entire family, which may not be the case, and it requires that solicitors must state the religion of the applicant sworn with the appropriate religious book in the presence of the solicitor. I don't think that's fair. I frankly don't think it's any business of the court in general, and I think we need to consider this as to whether it's possible to provide in legislation. I'd ask the Minister to examine this, whether it would be possible to provide in legislation religion-neutral affirmation that can be used by anyone, irrespective of their religion or lack thereof. That would be one legislative. There are other issues with this I've identified. I'd ask the Minister to address them as best he can at this juncture. But that is one area that the legislature can intervene and address what are very unfair directions. So, Minister, we will be supporting the bill. I think it is a bill that is important, addressing a major issue of fundamental human rights, of allowing these Irish children to remain in Ireland.